Hey, there we go. We are live.
We're here.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And apologies, we don't have Stacy today, so we were planning to have Stacy on as well, but she's recovering from. She actually has a fracture, and so it's a little tough for her to sit for the hour for our live. But she will be back as soon as she is feeling better.
Yeah, healing hugs for Stacy. We miss you.
Stacey.
We love you. Feel better.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Stacy, if you're out there, we miss you. We're thinking of you.
Mm-hmm. Get that leg better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think we were going to talk about herringbone stitch.
Yeah.
So I don't. My preliminary experience with it is I like it a lot, especially with larger beads.
It's my favorite too. I think it is my favorite stitch still after all this time.
It's so soothing once you get going. Like I feel like I put it off because the ladder stitch beginning can be kind of annoying. But then once I get going, I'm like, I could do this forever.
That's exactly how I feel too. So the ladder stitching, I don't enjoy doing that step. That's why I like to start on a finding.
Yes.
And then
if you could get away with it and skip that part, it's so satisfying.
My favorite kind of finding to start on is either just an end bar, a good old end bar, or sometimes you can find these little half moons. They look like they have those little dots. And you can get those to work in both 8 O's and 11 O's. So I find those
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. I use them as like side chunks on bracelets a lot. So I ended up I have this reoccurring problem where I want to design projects for beads that I have too many of in my stash. And I tend to accumulate larger beads and then not use them because I primarily bead weave, right? So you're using 11s a lot, 15s. Why do I have this whole stash of 6 to 8 millimeter beads? Well, because they looked pretty. So a few years ago, I ended up doing a bracelet design where I could just have a center segment that's just like square stitch, put anything you want in there, use up those bigger beads, and then the sides are just herringbone to like reach whatever length you like.
Wow.
Which is really fun, but it does mean you have to do the ladder stitch part twice, which I was kicking myself about because I'm like, I don't like this part. It's my design. Why did I put it in there twice?
I know, right? Oh my goodness. I wonder, would a single column peyote work for a start for that? In place of them?
Maybe. This is one of them. So you've got this center segment. These are 6 millimeter druck beads. And then this part right here with this stripe and this stripe is ladder stitch with 3/8. And then the rest of it is just herringbone. So you can go herringbone one direction and then the other. So you can make it whatever length you like easily.
That is
cool. I was able to use it to use up some of these larger beads in my stash. So these are like some weird oblong check glass, like oval kind of shapes.
Yeah, they almost look like gemstones. Those are
a little bit. They're like semi-faceted. I've had them in my stash for probably 10 years because I had no idea what to do with them.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to write a pattern for them. Be like, stick these in the middle and then do herringbone in either direction.
Wow.
So in between the gemstones, I've noticed you've got 2. So you were doing single column in between each. So you'd have to go through the larger bead and then back down to the 2.
Exactly. So each strand with the larger beads here is the equivalent of 2 strands of herringbone. So I have 4 large bead sections, which means that my herringbone is size 8 wide.
Nice.
Just to kind of keep them, because otherwise they were too tight and they were getting all jumbled together. But I also didn't want to do herringbone with any beads larger than a size 8 because then the holes are so big, it gets floppy, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done it with smaller beads as well. So I've done this one with some little rondelles.
Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
And this one, I literally just had all of these rondelles and was like, let's divide them by 5 so I can use all of them in one project.
Oh, they're so awesome.
And it worked out.
And folks are asking if you have a YouTube channel. And I
don't. I do print patterns only. This is actually my first foray into really any kind of video content. And I don't necessarily have plans to do a YouTube channel. Video editing just seems like a lot to learn to do when I feel like I'm still improving my like writing editing.
Yeah.
But maybe someday. If so, I'll let
Yeah.
everybody know. But
Maybe one day you'll be like, no, I'm going to go on YouTube today.
Yep.
I know I have this beautiful seed bead background that I'm just like, well, that would be perfect
I know,
if
right?
I had ambition.
I did drop your link for your Instagram though, so sorry.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I guess technically there are videos on Instagram. They're just very short and don't require a ton of editing.
And then here's your website is in the
Mhm.
chat, and I
Yep.
put it in the description for folks watching later. And then also you have a shop for the patterns where people can go.
I
and
do.
that's-
I have an Etsy shop where I sell my written patterns. They're all computer illustrated, so I taught myself how to do computer illustrations. So they're not they always have at least one photo of the finished product, but the actual instructions are graphics that I've drawn. I find them easier to read, so
Mhm.
that's kind of more my style. But yeah, those are all in there as little PDFs. They're getting longer. The newer patterns keep getting longer because I keep wanting to put more detail in there. I tried to teach a class last month, and I had accidentally written the pattern to be 13 pages.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, what do you mean I have to print these now? Like, no, it's so long.
Yeah, that's tough. Like you want maybe like print as a booklet, but I hear you because I'm like to make the pattern comprehensive too. That's one of the things I love about your patterns is you don't skip any of the steps that would really help somebody. And then you add variation. So like, oh, if you don't have this class, you can, this closure versus that one, that kind of stuff.
That was what really lengthened the last one that I wrote because I ended up with 3 different clasp options that all needed like one extra graphic on how to attach it. And then each one ended up adding a page because I guess I just can't shut up in written form either. Like I keep going. I keep wanting to explain and put in more like little tidbits.
I love that though. I love that. And if you're that person who is sitting there in that situation with something different to use, they appreciate that so much to have that extra little part.
And I know a lot of people just put the patterns on like their iPads, so they're not necessarily printing.
Yeah.
And I did try to leave them in sections, so if people are printing their patterns, they can just choose not to print the pages that have like the clasp ending that they don't want to learn, or the one that has all the different like color information. Like you can always just skip printing those pages, I hope.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's true. You can always selectively print the page you need. Yeah.
I still feel guilty because I used to sell the printed patterns in shops. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so much ink. Like, I have to get over the guilt and just let people do what they want to do.
It feels good, though, when you buy something, a tangible printed item, when it has more pages. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting more value that way. I don't know why.
It's true.
Yeah.
If we are dividing cost by page, the value has gone up.
That is true.
For sure.
That's so awesome. Well, hey guys, today we're doing a giveaway. I have been cleaning and I discovered a stash of tricas. So we were doing herringbone today. And so I'm going to give away a whole hank of a color that's been discontinued.
Ooh, nice.
It's been replaced by a darker lapis. This is more of a cornflower blue. And so that's my giveaway for today. And you can use it to do herringbone stitch with 8O seed beads. Gorgeous. So this is an avocado. You guys might recognize avocado in there. I could not get more of avocado yet. I tried, but I did find an entire stash of a bunch of other colors, and they're in the shop currently if you want to snag them. Really pretty. Like there's some pops of yellow. I grabbed I don't bring them up with me. I only brought up the ones that I had extras of, but there's like pops of yellow, pops of bronze. There's these gorgeous pink ones. And so I bundled them into larger bundles because I know how many strands you need to do a bracelet this long. So they're in 6-strand bundles of 50 beads each.
Nice.
Ready to go for it. You just need to add 8 OC beads and you got it.
You're good.
Grab one of these findings too, and you can start right on the finding and then just flash through it. No laddering required.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the laddering. Like it's not particularly difficult, but it is so tedious.
Yeah, it is for sure. But I think those ones you held up, those are worth it. I would ladder for those because they look so cool. And I too have a lot of larger beads because I get a lot of bead box subscriptions from folks that I really love, but they're always big beads. And as a seed beater, I take a look and I'm like, I guess I'm stringing today.
Right. Yeah. Anything over a 4 millimeter, I'm like, oh, now I have to think about this.
Yes.
Because it's not going to just seamlessly fit in to the type of stuff that I would normally gravitate towards.
Yeah.
But it is the kind of stuff I shop for. I can't, like, once you get that more surface area and you can see all the Picasso finishes and the different, like, glass effects, I'm a sucker for it.
Me too, especially in gems. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tina. Thanks, you guys. I'm seeing some compliments for my earrings, and I'm so glad you like them.
They are beautiful.
Picture them in a surprise colorway. I'm going to do that for the November box. So that's one of the projects coming. It's like a berry bead at the bottom. So I'll hold it up a little closer.
Yes, please.
It's got this kind of like
cute
little berries. I had a few colorways going in this style. It was really fun. I wonder if I have them in front of me. I've been wearing them, guys, so they've been moving away from my work area. Oh, I see one of them here, actually. Come to think of it. Okay. So this was the original with the caramel. Yes. And I did it with cubes. And I actually got these cubes. This little cube mix is the one that you carry at Beads Direct.
Oh, cute. Yeah, we love the cubes.
Yeah, I love the cubes too.
They're so fun.
It's so pretty. And you have like a lot of colors. So.
My boss and I tend to get into like personal obsessions as beaders, and then it spills out into what's available in the shop. So we both went through a phase where we were really into cubes, and now we have a surprisingly large selection of them.
Nice.
Oh gosh, I love that so much.
Yeah, we recently had the same situation with a different size teardrop than we already carried. So we carried the 2.8 millimeter Miyuki teardrops. Yes. And then I had a pattern that used the 3.4, is it?
I think so.
And we didn't carry them. But now we do, and a lot. Like a lot.
I totally relate to that. I really do. Say if I love it, it's going to arrive in the shop. Yeah.
Yep. If I like it, I'll just get it in another color.
Yep.
And another color, and another color, and maybe 20 different colors.
And maybe that color too.
And I've noticed, like, if I'm going to post something or share something now, like, I need to be able to tell folks where they can get it. I just can't get away with saying, oh, stash item, sorry, anymore. I have to be able to say, here's the link to Beads Direct. You can go find it here. Or, if I have a kit or something. But I've been doing a little less kits because the boxes have taken over my entire existence. So, but
they will do that.
There's not really much boxes for seed beaters. There's really not that many. And so I feel like we need that in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think a lot of them are generally like much larger beads and like, again, they're fun and they're fun to experiment with, but you don't want your entire box to be stuff that like you have to really work to figure out how you're going to use it. It's nice to have stuff that's curated a little bit more towards the type of stuff that you do naturally anyway.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I think the opposite is true for like people who are into like wire and stringing. They get a box full of seed beads and they're like, well, what am I going to do with this?
Yep. Yes. So, like, these are so small. What do I do with this? And it's like anything you want. Just get a needle. You can do it. I promise.
Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah. I'm just scrolling through the chat. Yeah, I know. There's just only a couple companies out there doing something with a seed bead, and sometimes it's not kit, like pattern kit and box, right? It's just like, hey, palette or
beads. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, for sure.
It's an experiment ongoing. I was going to show you guys. Let's see. I don't have it in front of me, but I had the picture of it. Oh, bye, Cole. Come back whenever you. I made this years ago.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And I looked into redoing the kit. I could probably make 5 more kits. So if you guys want me to make you a kit, I could only do about 5 of them with what I have on hand. And I looked into getting both the color seed beads I used and the finding. And both of them I can't I can't get any
Yeah.
more. So I've got myself into this bind where I really love it, but can't replace it.
Hmm. It's particularly hard when you have like an essential shaped finding,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like the consistency with findings can be really tricky if it's not um, like a beadsmith symbol or something that's like I'm trying to think of a word for it. I can only think of syndicated, like a TV show, like
Yeah.
you
Or
know,
like,
like
like there's a standardized measure. Like there's
yeah, with a reliable restock, um,
oh, that's a
which can
great
be really
you know what I wondered? Do you know if symbol carries anything in the way of like made for herringbone starting? Like a because that's a different the beat's
yeah,
facing a different direction. So it's really there's a lot for peyote.
it
I don't know.
is. Well, and it's hard because the way that they are categorized is by like bead type, not necessarily stitch type. Even though I
Yeah.
know some of them are like, especially with some of the Tylo ones, like some of them will only work with a square stitch and some of them will only create a peyote stitch. But I'm not sure about herringbone. I feel like we'd have to ask Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie's here. I think I saw her. So Leslie, if you
Yes.
know, is there one when you want to feel like doing herringbone? Oh, she's saying they might be working on it.
Ooh,
Test tester. I'm a
that,
tester.
that would be
Sam,
exciting.
yes,
Hmm.
we will
Because I
happily.
have definitely used them in trying to see if I have them on anything that I have on hand. Because for some herringbone, you don't need to use the ladder stitch start if you're using 2 hole beads.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Is this one? Okay, so these I just used Pylos for, so they're like
Oh, you maybe did like a
very
rainbow
versatile.
pattern.
Yeah, but you can see up here at the top because it's super duos.
Oh, I see. That's
They
your
just make
herringbone
the
super duo. That's one of my
yeah.
favorite patterns of yours. You also did one that was single column. It was like fishtail.
Yeah, so the one that I actually have a pattern for is the single wrap. Um, 'Cause I feel like enough people had herringbone super duo stuff on YouTube that was well covered.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
But I did the singles here. And you just do it as like a little wrap bracelet. And
I
it's
love
just single
making those.
herringbone. They're very I really like them, especially when I'm running low on a super duo and I'm like, oh, I bet I could find a way to use the last of the tube and do some little
Mhm.
stripes.
That's
Um,
perfect.
I think they're fun for little like friendship bracelets. Like I do the big wraparound ones, but I also have some just like little single ones. Um, Let me see here.
Aw. Jody
I
says she
had
loves it.
oh
Yeah, Jody, you would love this pattern. It's a pattern that Sam has on her website. It's like a
maybe.
single column herringbone, but with super duo. Oh my gosh, look at that color.
I thought it would be fun. These are the Bondelli super duos. So these are, I think, like most of the Bondelli colors. I think there's 9 of them, and these are 8 of them. Um, but then
Those
I
are
also did just some of the like cool tone ones. And I have this vision of like a little teenage group of friends getting them as friendship bracelets someday. I hope that's
aw,
what happens.
then they all match. That is so cute.
Right. And
The
they're
Bontelli
so
one.
quick to make.
Everyone's loving these colors. Do you have them at Beads Direct?
Um, yes, yes, we have them. I don't know the current stock situation. When we are able to, and I think we do right now, we actually do a set of all 9 Bondelli colors. I think with chalk white to make it an even 10. Um,
Oh, nice.
which if it is currently in stock on the website,
I'm gonna take a quick look and post a link because
yeah,
I
it
think
would be SD-set01 would be the code.
I see it. Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's
You
10
guys.
grams of all 9 colors plus 1 chalk white. And then we throw in a couple color eye needles as well, just to because we had a gap in the box we needed to fill. So you get a little needle holder with some needles.
Here's that kit. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need to maybe get one of those. I'm just
They're
saying.
great. We love them. We think they're so pretty together. They're a little hard to keep in stock because there's like 2 of the Bondelli colors that are always out of stock. Um,
uh
so we
no.
aren't able to restock them as consistently as we'd like, but as soon as they're available, we restock that one as quickly as we can because we're just obsessed with the colors. It's if you haven't seen the Bondelli finish up close, it's like a velvety matte.
It's like a neon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they somehow managed to both be pastel and neon.
Look at that.
They look a little more vivid on camera than they are in person. They're a little bit more pastel than this, but it's this like velvety, semi-matte, opaque kind of color. I'm a little obsessed with it.
I think I am too.
Mm.
Those are
Yeah,
so
it's
cute.
one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
That's
I wish
actually
some of
something
the
I really love is the sets that you do. The sets that come and you put the needles in there and it's like so thoughtful. You have all the stuff you need. And when I'm going on a trip, I have a little stash or like a shelf that's all stuff that I've ordered from your shop. And that's where I go for my trip stashes because it's packaged right, like for just throwing in my
yeah.
bag. Yeah.
We try really hard to make the packaging like look nice, but also like
Mhm.
be functional. So like we only use Ziploc bags that are resealable. We don't use the ones you have to cut because that just seems so wasteful. Like if we're gonna have to use that much plastic, we at least want it to be reusable. So most of our stickers peel right off, so you can reuse the bag really easily. They're always the like nice thicker 4mm kind that you can reseal. And then when we do the sets in the boxes, we try to make sure that like we put a little foam in there to make sure it survives the shipping, but also so if you take it somewhere, it's got a little bit of cushioning for it. And the needles for the Super Duo one, we just had the weirdest gap in there, and we're like, well, let's just put a needle holder in there because we don't want them sliding around and
It's so cool.
getting all damaged. So yeah, I think right now we have the wooden needle holders in there, which honestly I love. I have a couple of them around here somewhere, and I use them all the time.
And Leslie says she did a Bondelli gem duo bracelet, Leslie.
Oh yes.
I need to see.
I love the gem duos in Bondelli. It's another one where that added surface area just really lets you appreciate the finish.
I love that. That is so cool.
It's good stuff.
Oh, wow.
Good stuff.
I'm just like trying not to shop while I'm live.
Yeah, so, the sets are also selfish. Like for us, we're able to offer better deals if it's a higher item, like a higher priced item. So if we can combine multiple stuff into either a bulk pack or like a 3-pack instead of a single, because like shipping is not very forgiving of lightweight objects. Like
no,
we have to add a lot of like the bottom tier starts pretty high. So the more stuff that we can get in a bag for 3 ounces, like the more worth it is for shipping on our side, which means the more worth it is on shipping on your side. And we do still sell on marketplaces, and to like make up for the fees that we have on there, it's so much better. We can just offer so much better prices if you're getting like 3 tubes of Delicas instead of 1 tube of Delicas.
That makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
yeah.
you can ship 1 CB tube, and that shipping's going to cost the same as if you ship an entire Silver Silk box. Like,
yeah, anything under 3 ounces is going to cost the same. So if somebody buys 1 tube of Delicas, it's still going to cost us between right now $4.99 and about $7.50, depending on where it's going. It's holiday surcharge.
Yeah, it does go up
whereas,
for holidays, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you can get a lot of beads in a 3-ounce package. Like 3 ounces is actually a pretty big window for that first tier. This is specifically with USPS. But we can get like 4 large tubes, like this size in there and still be under 3 ounces if it's the right finish.
Exactly.
And
it makes a huge difference because I'm in one zone in one tippy top corner of the US. So if I am shipping to the southern East Coast, something under 3 ounces could cost $7 to ship.
Absolutely, and that's still with the slower option as well.
That's ground.
That's for ground.
Priority mail cost. Remember back when priority mail was like less than $8?
I sure do.
I'm old just saying it.
I know. I like it's still a better option price wise. So we're happy to use it, but it definitely, we get excited when people have a couple things in there instead of just one. Not that anyone should feel guilty. If you need your tube of Black Delicas and you need it now, you go ahead and order it. But we're always scheming ways to make like a bulk pack or a 3-pack or a set a little bit more attractive so that we can both get a slightly better deal.
Yeah,
Plus,
that's
it's
true.
fun. It's fun to see colors next to each other, and they're really fun to make. Like making those color palettes is one of my favorite parts of the job for sure. Mhm.
I love that. Yeah, and you have a great eye for them, so they're always really good. I think I own quite a few of them at this point, and I don't use
Yeah.
them. I save them.
Yeah, sometimes they're just like they make sense. Like
Mhm.
you need a silver, a gold, and a black. So like, of course, we'll
Yeah.
put those together. But other times we'll be sitting there and be like, what if we did a 3-pack with this color and this color and this color? Because I would like to use all 3 of them together and it would make things easier on me.
Yes.
And then we do.
That's so cool. See, if it's you're like the first the line for a customer's eye, right? Like that's what what you're
Mhm.
seeing. Like I'm not my words aren't working, but you know what I mean? It's like if you love it, you know we're gonna want it. That's kind of
Yeah,
what yeah.
I have the same eyeballs and the same like beady
Yes.
proclivities
Yeah.
as the end user, you know?
Exactly.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
I'm doing the retail thing, but I'm also sitting there like, ooh,
You're also doing the
you know what?
shopping.
I'm also doing the shopping thing. Absolutely. I am shopping 100% of the time while I'm at work. The amount of
Mhm.
times I've seen somebody place like a really beautiful order and pull the sticky note aside to write down the codes real quick. Like I wouldn't have put these 2 together, but they look gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's it
That
is a
is
constant source of both inspiration and violent jealousy.
right. I know.
The
My
amount of
husband
times I'm packing an order and just like, but I want this. Can I keep it actually? Please?
this one is
Uh,
my order. Just print an
mhm.
extra receipt and just go copy it. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, all right, oh, there's only one left. All right, I'm gonna take my lunch break right now
Right now.
and then order. I have done that for sure.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, I hear you on that. I would be very dangerous if I was around all of those beads. It would just
Mhm.
be I would be working with a tab open, just like
Honestly, yeah, for
yeah.
sure. The really hard part is not like getting that scarcity urgency when there's
Yeah.
one of something left. Even if I know I have it at home, I'm just like, oh, but there's only one left. Even though I know we're
Mhm.
reordering it, it's on the truck, it's coming in next week. I have the invoice, but I'm just like, oh, but there's only one left, and what if I need it?
My thing is if I see that at the wholesale level there's only one bag, I feel
Hmm.
compelled, like
Hmm.
because those sea shipments are not every day.
No, they
And
are
so
not.
I I need to own that last bag. Even if
Hmm.
I don't need it, I just
It's
it's so
so hard. It's so hard. I have to keep telling myself like this is a psychological trick.
it is, but it
Calm down.
works so well. Works
It
so
works
well.
so well. Yeah,
So
it's hard. It's a hard one for sure.
oh, I have a
Mhm.
question for you. Do you carry nib bits in your shop?
Uh, we
Beads?
do. We don't have like a ton of them, and I don't know if we're restocking them, but
Okay.
we do currently have some.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna
Yes.
tell my friend Deb was asking about them. So I'm trying to redo like another batch of the ones I did for my forest mix, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe get some other colors. But in the meanwhile, if you'd like them right away, check Beads Direct because they may have some there.
Yeah, we don't have like a huge variety, and like I said, I don't know if we're restocking them. They're one of our like on the fence,
Yeah.
see how popular they are, kind of. We have our like these 2 whole beads will always be restocked in some capacity,
Right.
like our Tylas, our Super Duos, but some of the and our Gem Duos. But some of the other ones, like they come and go with their season, you know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
yeah,
The two
but
I'm
I
using
do.
are those and Nibbits and the Ginkgos right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
The
rediscovering
Ginkgos,
Ginkgos.
they had a real like powerhouse phase for a while there, and then
They
I
had a
feel like
bit.
it dwindled a bit, but they're coming back. Like
Yeah.
it's very strange to watch the trends, but it's also hard. I can't really trust the trends because we do a lot of our sales on marketplaces. So algorithms, competitors, prices have actually a much higher effect on what sells really well than like what's a trending bead at the moment. So I try not to let it influence me too much, but sometimes I'm like, did someone put out like a pattern for kites? Because suddenly everybody needs kites right now.
Right? Yeah, that's usually what it is somebody did a pattern.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
It's either somebody did
the
a pattern or one of our competitors ran out.
right,
That's
exactly.
yeah.
That's true.
Hmm.
Oops. And then the question, what are they? They're a type of bead. And if you want to see what they look like in action, just check out my October box post under my patterns and tutorials, and you'll see a bracelet and a necklace made with them. They're just kind of an unusual bead. They're a little bit shaped like candy corn, which is what I kind of went for October candy corn bead.
Yeah, if you nipped off the tip of a candy corn and then put 2 holes in it sideways, that's absolutely it.
I didn't buy orange and white because I figured somebody might try to eat them. So I just
it's a risk. It is a risk.
Somebody as in me.
Yes. The amount of times that I like post a video somewhere and people are like, ooh, forbidden gummy bears. And I'm like, don't eat them.
Don't eat them.
I know it's tempting, but no.
That's awesome. Thanks, Colleen. So you do have them at the store.
Good.
Oh my goodness, how cool is that? I love that.
Yeah, they're fun.
So what are you currently working on? Do you have any new stuff in the fire?
So at the end of September, I did my first in-person class in 6 years. When the Intergalactic Bead Show came to town. So I did 2 days. I did a spiral workshop for 1 day and then my newest pattern on another day. And it was very low key and like kind of last minute. So they're very small classes. I actually only had 1 person for each of them.
That's nice.
But it was still really fun. But prepping for it was like a lot. And then after the class, I didn't touch my beads for like 3 weeks.
You needed a bead break.
Yeah, I was just like, that was a lot. And now I'm done. And then suddenly there was a time warp. So I haven't been doing like a ton. But I did start a new herringbone project on Wednesday night because I knew we were going to be talking about herringbone. So let me get my other camera real quick.
Oh, I can't wait to see. Yeah, I'll switch.
We're gonna have like some very glowy boobs for a minute here because that's where.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my ghost light over too.
There we go.
But if it makes the mat look good, then it works.
Right.
I was mostly just doing like a memory lane kind of rediscovery. And then I've discovered basically my favorite finding on this earth for doing a herringbone start are these little half moons. They come in all kinds of different configurations, but they're really pretty. And then I had a challenge idea too.
Ooh.
So, I've always been drawn to doing herringbone stitch with 2 hole beads. And then I had the thought of, could we do them with brick? Would that be crazy? Would it work? Brick or Rula? I think these are brick.
People have done it with half tileless, so I don't see, and with super duos, so I don't see why not.
I'm just curious, like, would it work? What would it look like? And would you have to do like with another bead under it, right? Like it would be maybe like sideways like that with another.
So when I'm working with weird shapes like that, I usually don't even start at the clasp. I usually throw a bead stopper on there and then just
start going to town.
Yeah, put a bunch of them on my thread, start going to town, leave the beginning like really messy while I see if the actual body of the piece is going to like work well. And then I go back and either rip out the end and try to connect it or do something else.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
Especially, if I don't know if the body of the stitch is going to work well, that's usually my MO because I don't want to spend so much time trying to figure out where the clasp attachment is going to sit if I'm not sure if the body of the piece is going to be like structurally sound. But I don't see why not. They're not that different.
Yeah, they do look really, I mean, they kind of met like a super duo the same way a super duo might work, but because they're blocky, I'll experiment. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I can say I tried it.
I would definitely go for a thicker pound thread because I feel like they're going to be kind of on the wobbly side.
Yeah, I would definitely want to go. Like, I have some 6 pound here. Maybe even wildfire would be the answer there.
Maybe the extra stiffness might be your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like there's also going to be a lot of visible thread, and wildfire does give you those color options, which I always appreciate.
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe I want to go with that.
Yeah, that wildfire green and beige are like my lifelines. I prefer the texture of Fireline, but sometimes you just need a nice color, and that wildfire green is my
I ran
favorite.
out recently of my green. Isn't that sad? I just ordered more, but I ran out. I have gray, I have black, and I have blue. So I could go with those.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
have the
this
gray, which I use quite a bit, and I have the beige and the green. Those are my go-tos.
oh, those are
I wish
so
there was like a warmer brown. Like I feel like a rusty brown is something that I would use a ton of personally.
yeah, the beige is a little
Um,
too light. I do wish they had a darker brown.
yeah, the
That
beige and the gray are great, but they're pretty close in terms of like saturation and lightness.
yeah, exactly. That's the best word. I was looking for that word. They definitely don't have they stand out as white in designs, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they really do. But yeah, I forgot for a minute which way that bricks were drilled, but with that vertical look, I've actually done herringbone with tubelets before.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you've used tubelets at all. They're a
I've never done
Potomac
that. Oh,
exclusive, so I don't see them very often.
that sounds really cool.
But yeah, it's a very big, stripy.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, I've got it on my mat if we can get my mat camera up, but they're
Oh, did I
I
not
didn't use
add?
it.
Do I? Oh, I don't
Maybe
think I
it's
added that.
possible. I also might be looking at the wrong screen.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
And Deb, I don't have a kit for this one. If you mean this one here, this one, the little finding I'm using here is from Allegory Gallery, and it has the beads inside like that. See, I just basically stitched them on there. You can actually go straight to herringbone without having to ladder with this one too,
That is
and
so
no brick
cool.
stitch either. You don't have to even brick stitch because you
Yeah,
just put
that's
a
amazing.
stocking, and then you just start automatically doing herringbone just through the holes of this finding it. I have one here. I can share all the colors, and I bet you have all the colors. But here's one I had in progress on a silver finding. Let me
Cute.
pull that down. There's a lot of thread on this one. I think I had it in work and then got distracted. But here it is, like started. You see how I've got the stop bead going,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see in there the little.
That's
Hopefully
so
that's.
clever.
It's so cool, isn't it?
I love that.
And the pattern's really easy to do. Let me see if I still have the. Oh yeah, here's the other side of the finding. So see, it looks like that on one side.
Cute.
So you're literally just stitching through like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
I wonder if this is something that could be like made in lots of different sizes for like 11 80, because that would be cool. This
Yeah,
is
that
more
would be amazing.
design, like for
Mm-hmm.
sure, beads are the ones for this.
Yeah,
You get
for
a good
sure,
four
for
column
sure.
herringbone going.
Oh.
But yeah, Allegory Gallery, if you guys are looking for those, these are the ones that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 holes
Mm-hmm.
for that good old 4 column going.
Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna have to get some of those.
And I have the colors. I can, I'll type them up in the chat for anybody that wants to know these Miyuki colors I'm using. They're just the good old 8 dash number. So let me just type them in really quick. I'll start with the orange. That one is they're Duracoats. So they're a little on the pricey side, but they're really pretty.
The like Duracoat orange and pink options are so much more varied than the non-Duracoat options. Like, oh, they have such a gorgeous range of opaques.
They're the only thing that really shows up in a design. Like a lot of the silver line stuff that I do, if you're going to use it for something like this, because I feel like in a photo, it just washes out.
Yeah, I'm not a huge silver lined person. Because I feel like the bead ends up just showing the thread path quite a bit because the focus is on that interior section. So I'll use them for accents, and I really like that diagonal stripe effect, but they're definitely not my go-to.
Yeah, same here. Same here. They're not the ones I would pick right away. One of these might be a discontinued color. Do you know Azure Blue 8443? I'm looking it up and it's not coming up. I don't know why. 8-443. The weird
443
one.
doesn't sound familiar. It also might be 443.
Yeah, there's the colors I used. The last one, so the last one is this color line sparkly one. The Azure color 8-443 is this one.
Is that just opaque?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a yeah, just opaque blue. It looks like a luster finish. I hope it's actually Miyuki. It might not be, but it has a number on it. Gotta be, right?
I was thinking if it was Duracoat, my thought would be maybe it got truncated and it was 4483 because that's the blue section of the Duracoat codes.
Oh, that's good
But
to
if
know.
it's not, yeah, if it's not just a straight up and down opaque, it might be a different one. They do have their 400s do have some kind of random opaque AB colors in there. I'm not familiar with 443 off the top of my head, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I think it's a really old tube that I had around for so long that I think it might just be.
It also might be one of the old codes. They have a old code to unified code like comparison chart on the Miyuki website. So you can always go there just to see, even if it like to verify that it does exist as a Miyuki code.
I tried to look it up and my own website came up. But it's just a picture from a tutorial. It doesn't have, it doesn't have the links to buy. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, well. I will do some research. I'll do a deep dive on this one, see if you guys really love it. But you could always just replace this with any blue. That would work. The pattern's really easy. You just start working a diagonal one bead at a time. It's a mindfulness, kind of like meditation. I never did a pattern because it just kind of, it flows on its own,
Yeah, absolutely.
The pattern. Someone was asking if I did a pattern for this one, and I did not. But there's really nothing special about it other than the beads. Like it's just regular, good old 4-column herringbone. Actually, it's not even 4; it's 3-column. 2, 3.
Oh, nice.
So just laddering the first 3 columns, and then you just start picking up. I think I actually worked it small bead, big bead. And then when you step up, you go small bead, big bead, and it displaces them each row because you know how you flip it.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. And that's just made with tricas. Good old size 6 tricat.
They're gorgeous. Cute.
Yeah, I was
the
really
sparkle on a cut bead is just the best.
I really love trica beads. They're stunning. They have like when they do the bronze washes on them and then they do a cut across and you see the color under it. That is my jam. I love how that looks. I don't know if I have the yellow here or not. There's a really beautiful yellow in my shop, but I put it all in there. Like a brown outside Picasso and then yellow pop inside.
Okay, yeah, Leslie seems to think that it's 4483 as well.
Is it
so fingers crossed?
I hope so.
Yeah, that would make sense because the 4480s are the blue section of the Duracoat codes.
Oh, okay.
Because I know we carry 82 and 85, and they're all right in that family, so it would make sense to be 4483.
That would make sense, yeah. Oh, I called it Ocean Reef. Oh my goodness, you guys, I did do a pattern. This is how insane I am. I did a pattern for that one. I was just telling you, I never did a pattern. Well, when I made it myself, I didn't have a pattern, but it looks like I made one. Here's the link, guys. Sorry. When I was searching for the color, my own pattern came up. Like, well, that's me.
That's always the trippiest feeling.
I think I should be worried about my mind. But there it is. Yeah. Debbie says she knew that I did. And so, Deborah, you knew more than me.
Well, thank goodness for chat.
I think somebody must have asked a long time ago and I just forgot. So yeah, this would be fun to do with like any colors. I feel
like. Absolutely.
And I think even on that pattern, I might have linked to where I got the finding, so that's handy. That is handy there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm like slobbering over those clasps. Those are really cool. The endings.
They're pretty close to you too. If anyone knows, I forget where they're located, where Allegory Gallery is, but they have a lot of different styles too. There's one with leaves on it and stuff. It's really pretty.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So on another subject, you have a free pattern on your website for Nibbit beads.
Oh, on Beads Direct?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So a lot of those free patterns actually come from Beadsmith. They give us free patterns for their stuff, and then we're licensed to distribute them along with purchases. But yeah, so sorry, there are so many of them, and my boss is in charge of putting those on the website, so went right over my head. But yeah, they're available for download with purchases.
That is
and
so
they can be yeah, they can be a really cool way of figuring out like what to do with some of these beads.
Right. Yeah, because some of them I buy them because I think they're pretty, but I don't have a plan. That happens a lot with me.
Uh-huh.
Like that
Yeah.
happened to me with these. And so
Mm-hmm.
now I want to figure out. I have a macrame idea, but it only uses a few, like 4 on each
Yeah.
side. And that's not enough.
I
I
will
want to.
say they're very fun on the loom.
Oh yeah. We could do a loom pattern with these. In fact, that's the one place in my life I have used them. I was doing a jewel loom pattern and they were used on the edge of a piece.
Yeah, they're the equivalent of 3 size 8 seed beads side by side, so you can use those to pattern together. And then if you have the check tile beads, they also line up. So I don't believe I have this bracelet anymore. I think I sold it. But when I was first trying out the Rick's beading loom, I ended up doing a piece with a bunch of my like checkmate brick and tile leftovers in size 8s. And it was really fun. It worked out really well.
Lori's saying yes to a loom pattern. Maybe I need to do a loom pattern with these. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, they're really satisfying. They help especially if you're doing it with 8s and with tiles. It just works up like so fast.
That would be nice because sometimes looming can be where if you're like working with 11-0, those are ones where I have to stop a bit and come back later, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Which I mean, the loom does make it's an easy project to set aside and come back to. I haven't done a ton of looming, but I really liked using the bricks.
If you were to start one of these, would you start with an 8-0 seed bead as well, or would you just start using just those, like a kind of like your fishtail?
I'm
just going to see what happens if I fishtail it.
Yeah. I think if I was doing a multi like row herringbone, I would probably strand 2 and then an 8 and then 2 and then an 8 just to give it something to like hold in between those V units at the base. But if I was just doing 2, like yeah, absolutely what you're doing. I think it should work. I think they might just not nestle together quite as tightly because it doesn't have those dimples the way that super duos do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's just gonna be a little fiddly.
You'd have to really force them to.
But after a couple, they'll start to hold each other up, I think.
That's interesting though, isn't it? It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it really is. It's cute.
Oh, it's going to need a step-up bead though. You're right, because the sides, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could if especially if you had a colored thread to try to make it feel deliberate.
But that thread's going to be very prominent. It's going to be that.
You're right, because it doesn't have those super duo dimples again. That's cute.
Could that work? Oh my gosh, hang on.
Yeah.
It needs to be a little tighter. Yeah, I think the tension is challenging. And sorry about my beat up hands. I'm having winter hands. They're not doing well. It's not even winter yet.
Oh, 'tis the season. I will say we moved to we bought this house last year and we have radiators now. And the heat is so much more humid. We actually didn't get cracked hands last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Because like nothing's really blowing with radiator heat. It's all steam and it just kind of, radiates. And yeah, it was great. So I'm looking forward to having uh less dramatic winter hands again this year.
Yeah, I think I need that. I need to do something with humidifier here. We get really dry from our furnace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it was at the last place where we lived. The furnace was great, heated the house great, but the blowing was just so like drying. That looks
I'm
so
just
cute.
that you'll have to go back through it a lot, especially if you want to have a bead
Yeah.
on each side for it to be symmetrical. And I probably should have put
Mhm.
a stop at the start because I'm constantly tightening it. Let me find a
Yeah.
stop meter. Not
So
as
what I
easy.
do with the Super Duo herringbone is I go through the entire length of the bracelet and then I actually go backwards with just thread to make the thread symmetrical on both sides. Um,
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that's really good. That's a really great thing
yeah,
to do.
because I
Be
figure
really
if the
strong.
thread's gonna show, I want it to show on both sides, not just one. But I'm not sure if with these larger beads and the tension being kind of loose, if going just entirely down the length before reinforcing would be the best idea.
But it might be easier though. I hear what you're
Maybe.
saying. That makes more sense. Yeah. So one trip, it's just gonna have a bead every other side. And then on
Mhm.
the trip back, it would have a bead on the opposite.
Right.
If I can
It
frame
also
it right.
gives you the chance to reinforce both of your clasp endings as well, since you're bringing the thread back.
That is true. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's herringbone with those. I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not loving the thread in the center.
Yeah. I wonder if
Hmm.
just like a 15 in there would cover it up, but
Ooh,
not necessarily add too much bulk. Just a
a
teeny
15.
little.
That might be worth trying.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The only other thought I had was doing stitching them this way. So having them be where you're doing this with them, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you won't get that V shape, but
I wonder. I'll play with it. It's one of those
yeah.
things. It's a rabbit hole, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really only because I got my heart set on these and just went and bought tons of them.
They are beautiful. I
That's
do
what
love
happened.
bricks.
Yeah, something will happen. The looming definitely. Looming is the way.
Yeah, the looming was fun. And you're gonna have extras regardless since you've got such a big pack there. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I always go big on my beads.
Mm-hmm.
This won't be too hard to distract, but yeah. So let me see. Oh, I have a couple other little samples I could throw out that are cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, this is something weird that I just did with 11O.
Ooh,
Isn't that trippy?
that's fun.
It's got like what's it called? 4-drop peyote worked and then peyote worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then does it transition to herringbone in those green sections?
Yeah, and it does it all in one thread path, so you don't have to keep adding or changing.
Whoa.
It wasn't knitted
That's
together, it was all done in process.
that's great. That's cute.
It took some perfecting because the first concept, when I first put it together, it didn't line up right. Because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do now, if I wasn't worrying about color striping like that, it would have been 10
Mm-hmm.
times easier. But I wanted to use all the colors in a palette that I was showing off. And so I went
Oh.
crazy with the stripes, but that could have been done in a way that was easier for
Mm.
figuring out. Like
Sure.
maybe just
Those
doing
greens are giving me watermelon vibes.
doesn't it feel like watermelon? I was
It
seeing
does.
like holiday, but now I see watermelon. That
I
does
mean,
a
if you swapped out the herringbone sections for like a bright watermelon color, you could get a very literal interpretation
you
of
could.
a watermelon bracelet.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
My
Amanda,
son
that
would
is
call it a hippo
crazy.
melon.
A hippo melon? Oh,
Wouldn't that
that's
be
so
so
cute.
cute?
That's so cute. Mm,
That is really fun. I need to do that. That would be really
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
That is what I
yeah,
see
that's
now.
adorable. Mm,
Well, I was
yeah, and
thinking,
I
how
I
would
do
you
occasionally, huh?
Oh, I want to do your new pattern. Or is it new? It's the pattern you showed at the very beginning that had the big beads. I really want to do that.
Oh yeah. It's relatively new for someone who only puts out a pattern like once a year. It wouldn't be new on like your schedule.
I'm slowing
But
down.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
this is my I have it listed as the headliner herringbone. And I basically go through and show you how to like pick whatever beads you want for the center and do ladder stitch on either side. And then you start at the ladder stitch to do your sides, which have little like 4mm inclusions in them. I'm a big fan of putting in like
I love
bead
that.
inclusions enmeshed in the herringbone. Every time I
That's
try to do regular herringbone, I end up doing little inclusions. Like the one I started the other night, I was just like, I'm just going to do some straightforward 11 herringbone.
oh wow. That's
And I
cool.
ended up throwing 4mm in there because I could not help myself.
That's cute. I like the side of it. Oh no, we lost you. Come back. Oh no. I'm sure she'll be back, guys. Sorry about that. I hope she's not having power failure. I was worried it was going to be me because right when we started, the sky went totally gray. It started to rain, and then the modem started to pop. In the room I'm sitting in, my hubby's computer is over there, and he's on one of those like power pad things. So whenever the power fluctuates, it makes this popping sound. And he was doing that the whole time. Like we were first getting started. Hey, yeah, she's back.
Hi, I don't know what happened there.
I was worried you lost power or something.
No, I have no idea. My screen just went completely white and then made me log back in.
Oh man.
No idea. We're not even having a storm here. I know you said you were having one out there.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a really big one tonight. One of those like rain and wind. So that's what
I think I'm going to have to turn on the obnoxious overhead light. It is getting darker and darker here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we were already at like 56 minutes. How is that possible?
I know.
I don't even know how time goes by that fast.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I have a really hard time doing herringbone without doing little inclusions in there. I get so excited every time.
I love that look. It's a really impressive look.
It's fun and it's so easy, but it's so fun. And then if you start getting bored with the herringbone, it takes up a lot of length all of a sudden.
Yeah. That helps too, especially if you're working on it for a long time and you just need to speed up the process a little bit. So true. I was going to quickly bring up your Etsy page. So,
sure.
Because I want to show folks that pattern. And let's see. I had it a second ago and I closed the tab.
No worries.
There it goes. Easy to find. It comes right up. Okay. And so it's called.
That's my headliner herringbone. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do I own this one? I don't. I have this one already. I haven't made it yet, but.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's another indulgence, just like I need a place to put all these 6mm beads that I've fallen in love with. So I guess I'll have.
Oh no. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, and Colleen says she posted it too, guys. So her link might be better than mine. I posted a link for it, but it was like this long link. I don't know how that happened. Hold on. What is happening? You guys can find it there. And then, hey, you guys want to do the giveaway for my little tricas? And then somebody who gets these can make this bracelet. And I would encourage you just to try it. If you guys want me to do a pattern, I'll do one. But I feel like it makes sense once you get going. It just start doing the regular good old herringbone stitch and just pick up the 8 seed bead, and then you pick up the trica, and then just keep going in that order. Little bead, big bead, little bead, big bead, the whole time. It goes really quick. It makes the stitch faster. If you don't have tricas, you can just use a good old 6 seed bead. That'll work in place of it. In fact, that's all these are. They're 6 seed beads with a little slice on them. And that's what drives them up in price a bit. It makes them a check hank versus like, just in a tube of 6/0. I think that's because somebody has to sit there and table cut on 3 sides. I'm not even sure how that's done, but I'm picturing a plate where they've got the beads on the rods, right? And they
Yeah.
come along the saw and just go, and then flip the rods and then go, flip the rod one more time. That's a manual person hands-on process that like.
Is that how they do? Is that how they do table cut as well?
Yeah, those are on a wheel. So like the flowers, they're
Yeah.
kind of like they'll paint like a glue onto this wheel and stick them down, and then run them. Yeah, that's a polish.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm so sorry we lost Sam. She's still here, guys. I don't know if she can hear us or not. But yeah, we can do our giveaway for that. And if you're looking for more,
can you guys hear me at all?
We can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you for reasons I cannot determine.
Oh no. We'll do heart signs at you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. So it looks like we only have 25 entries. So guys, if you want to go ahead, if you haven't entered yet, it's #gifty. Because I know there's more than 25 people here. There's 90 people here.
Oh, we need our peoples to enter.
Get it in
Everyone's being nice. I'm debating if these are something you guys like. They're on the pricey side, so they may not be popular. But if you love them, I could be convinced with ease to acquire more. The colors change all the time from my suppliers, so it's just whatever she gets in. And so I will see what she's got currently. But I checked earlier because I had my heart set on adding these, and they are not available.
Shoot.
So these are the last in the world that I can get, at least currently, anyway.
Yeah.
I think she numbers them though. She numbers them really nicely, so I can check and see. But yeah, there's our gifty.
There's our gifty. Guys, I'll give you like one more minute.
And Cheryl, if you're asking what are they are called a tricha bead, and what it is it's a 6/0 seed bead with cut sides on them. Oops.
All right, guys. Let me get the magic magic wand so we can go ahead and. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready. Here we go. Go push the magic button. There it goes.
Hey, congratulations, KLW.
Yay,
Cool.
Congratulations. Did we get Sam back yet?
Did we get Sam back?
I don't know. Did we?
Oh, I miss her. We'll give her a minute here. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you try it out with some 6/0 seed beads and it's any struggle, just let me know. I'll do a video for you. I've just been I got a bit of a backlog in content this week. I'm working on a bunch of new stuff, and I'm also trying to finish up the pattern and video for I did the peyote bracelet for our October box, which is like a little bonus pattern for that. Uses the rest of the 8/0s, and then there's like really cute 8/0 finding. Oh, hey, Joan. You guys, Joan Dice is here.
Dice, baby. Hey, Joan.
Yeah. Joan, we got to hang out on Thursday together on Jules' channel. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I'm jealous.
There we go. I destructed my fishtail with bricks attempt. We'll to be continued. We'll figure that out. But yeah. Well, I was just seeing if we could get Sam back to say bye, but we'll wait another minute or two just in case. But I want her to be able to say bye to you guys. But we've been enjoying our hour.
And I'm going to drop the link to your project box.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're still reserving, right?
Thank you for remembering to. Yeah, I completely forgot. So yes, they are currently still on pre-order. So if you would like my November/December box, I'm not going to do a December box because December gets crazy, you guys. It gets, you know how it gets. So I'm just going to have like kind of like a higher like content volume box that we'll work on from starting around Thanksgiving through the end of December. So it'll ship on November 17th. And it's on pre-order until October 31st. And one of the projects in it is going to be a respin of these pretties. So Not that color, but that gives you a hint of what's in the box, at least some of the beads. It was a request, so I just went with it for that one. And that one will that one's going to be fun. Spoiler alert, Neely is doing a bundle that will match this box. And he's going to start doing bundles for us that will be kind of like a companion if you get my seed beads. So you might see those on Silky Sunday.
That's amazing.
We were shopping this morning together, me virtually, but he was on site at a great vendor and he was walking around with the FaceTime showing me beads. I just got some really great beads.
Oh
They're
my
going to
God.
be so good. They're going to be so good. So I can't wait for you.
Amazing.
I'm excited to share. Like, I want to drop spoilers like right now. I might drop a spoiler project later this week, right before the listing goes down, just in case anybody missed it and wants to grab one. But after that, then I got to get busy putting them together.
Yeah. Let me throw Silver Silk in there. Gotta check out Silver Silk.
Yeah. I'm not sure when he's going to put his up, but it'll be in his pop-up shop. Probably closer to when I ship my box. Yeah. So, and his will be like a ready to ship one. Mm-hmm. So he'll have that ready to go for you guys. And he's already got projects done because he has, he got an advanced set of the beads to work with. So he's already going. Yeah.
So exciting. The family's all coming together.
Vaughn says, spoilers, please. Okay, Vaughn, I have one spoiler. And that is, it's kind of already out of this world. So you know it's going to be kind of space, kind of like galactic theme.
Nebulas.
I know, like, I wanted to do a holiday theme box, but I'm already working on a really gorgeous, cozy color, earth tony box with Sam this month. So my Sam Speed box this month for November is a Danielle collab. And so it's my birthday month and it's got all those colors. So for my project box, I decided to go a different direction so that they really stand out as something different.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Not traditional holiday colors, but when you get to New Year's, it's going to feel right. It's going to be like, yeah. So and sparkles in style no matter what season it is. So I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, I guess I'll let you guys go. I'm sorry we lost Sam. Oh wait, we might have to go back. Hang on a second.
Oh, something's doing.
Oh yeah.
I can finally hear you guys again. What was that all about?
What happened?
I don't know. It was so weird. All of a sudden, my audio cut out, my video cut out, and then it came back. But you sounded like a chipmunk. It was playing your audio like garbled and at like 10 times speed. And then it just cut out. So I tried to switch to different headphones. I think I just needed to like back out completely and then come back. But good Lord.
I'm picturing myself as a chipmunk now.
It was so I was like, I need to fix this, but I kind of want to keep listening to Danielle as a chipmunk because it was kind of insane.
I talk fast, so I cannot even imagine chipmunk version of me.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting there like, I need to figure out how to fix my headphones, but also how do I record this to show her later? Because it was crazy.
I know I need to hear this. Like, I have this curiosity for it.
I know. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I just needed to like completely leave and come back, and it seems to be working again. But
yeah,
bizarre.
Oh, that's so good. So that folks get to see you one more time because we felt like we were leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, it is almost time anyway, but goodness, it's so abrupt.
I'm glad it's working now. Well, so where can folks find you in addition to your website and your Etsy shop for patterns? And then Instagram
Etsy shop for patterns. I probably spend the most time just like socially on Instagram. So I'm there at wescott.jewelry, I think. So that's probably where I am the most like frequently, like casually, but new patterns always go directly on the Etsy shop.
Oh no.
Well, I wonder if it's memory.
Come back, Sam.
Oh, did I turn off local recordings?
Oh my God.
I did.
Wait, I can hear her.
I think I figured it out. I forgot to turn off local recording for the StreamYard. I always forget to do that because I was doing some recorded content earlier this week, and so I forgot to.
I forgot
My
to
bad.
remind you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it creates a memory thing, and I always forget. I can't. I need to put like a giant post-it right here. This is Danielle.
I'm gonna put it on my forehead so you can just see it's right there.
Well, between the two of us, we'll remember.
You would think we would remember.
I wish I could default it to off, but then someday I'll record a video, and I won't like.
Oh
it's
my
just
goodness.
But at least you figured it out, so I know what to do
Yeah.
for next time. Sorry about that, guys. It's my fault. Yeah, so I guess we'll just let you guys go. But if you're looking for that beautiful pattern, I know what I'm working on next. As soon as I get a second, I'm going to be stitching up that pattern from Sam's shop, the headliner herringbone. I think that's one of my favorite things like right now is the idea of getting those bigger beads, incorporating them into the stitch. So let me know if you try it, share it. I opened up community posts on my YouTube channel. If you want to share there, we can see your work.
Yes. I love that.
Well, hey, I'll let you guys go and bye for now. And I'll see you tomorrow for Silky Sunday and for our next Seed Bead Saturday.
Keep planting the beans.